Hey, what's up? This disciple Marcello Currents. Uh, this is part 5 of National Leaders, Mysterious and Not Understood. Mysterious and Not Understood. A national leader. And so these have been the dynamics. Like now, I'm getting to the point in the series where I'm talking about things that national leaders talk about. It's like you now understanding what the perspective is. You know what I'm saying? What needs to be talked about, what needs to be addressed. You know, that's what's going on now. Um, like I said, I kind of want to touch back on, these rappers talking about gay people, man. I kind of want to touch on that a little more, man. The reason why, because first, it's so much hypocrisy, first of all. The rap community has had gay women throughout the whole history. Okay, and in Christianity and in spirituality, a gay spirit is a gay spirit. Whether it's a lesbian, they walk to the same beat of the drum, buddy. So you still have invited, if it's about principle of a man and a woman being together, right? You still have reneged on that through your alliance with lesbians in hip hop in the hip hop community. You know who the lesbians are, you know, and I have showed respect to the lesbians in the rap community. You know what I'm saying? And even in the movies, you've seen it over and over. I'm just saying, if you don't like one, if you don't like the principle of the man and the woman not being together, okay, where there's not a man and there's not a woman, there's the same sex, then there's also another gender you have to address that prefers the same sex as well. And no one, in to be honest, I'm gonna keep it 100. The lesbians have not stood up and kept it 100 about talking about the gay guys. They've been in the parties all through the 90s, all through even rapping, in the music. They never vouched you for the gay guy. You know what I'm saying? The gay guy had to stand on his own. You know, while lesbians were getting gigs among heterosexuals. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to show you? So, in the spiritual world, in Christianity, we see gay, bisexual, all of that, all under the same banner. Just like you have the rainbow banner. That's all under the same banner. But so in the spiritual world, we see that as the same type of bondage, the same type of spirits. All those spirits come from the same division, the same unit, if you will, the same army, if you will. But in the black community, they have chosen the lesbians for their own sexual pleasure. I'm keeping it 100. Men have been getting off on seeing two women together while you bashing and killing gay guys. You turn around and shoot and beat down a gay guy, but you enjoy watching spirits from the same army have sex. Lesbians are from the same army, buddy. Some will say it's a gay spirit, a gay woman. They'll even use the same terminology. A gay girl, gay woman. She's gay. You know what I'm saying? But in the black community, a lot of these guys are hypocrites. They will not turn down two women having sex with each other. They will not turn down that activity. They would not say y'all got to get out. They have not done that. There's stories after stories after stories. There's even movies that has celebrated lesbianism. While men, black, gay, especially particularly black guys, have been ridiculed, and they do and it's the same. To me, it's the same thing. And keeping 100, you can't say one is nastier than the other. You can't. You can't say that. You can't say one is nastier than the other. Because some women will say it's just as nasty for two women to be together as two guys. Because every gender, the gender knows its own filth. Okay? Men know their own filth. Women know their own filth. Okay? One is not more delicious than the other, if you will, or appealing. It's no, there's filth in both. And in fact, it's even uncleanliness in being men and women. Sexuality is not a clean thing. It really isn't. Two men, a woman and a man being together is the correct thing for reproduction of human life, but it is not clean, and it doesn't always smell good. I'm just keeping it real. It doesn't always come off that way. You know? And so it can come off, it can be nasty. And so you have to, I don't want to say you have to be a nasty person to enjoy sex, but hey, sex is not a clean act, period. Okay? Let's get that understood. It's what you enjoy. Now, I'm not saying I agree with the gay lifestyle in the lesbian lifestyle. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's all nasty. You all get nasty. We all get nasty. You know, when you have sex and you're married, you get nasty, man. You get nasty. You just enjoy the way your mind thinks is that you enjoy with heterosexual sexuality, you enjoy the opposite sex, and it doesn't matter what nastiness comes along with it. That's pleasure to you. And so that's the way your mind is geared. Men that like men, their mind is geared to be pleasured. I'm just showing you the insight. Their mind is geared to accept the uncleanliness, and it becomes appeal to them. Same thing with women. It's appeal to them. You know, while some women would dread the smell of another woman's vagina, you know, some women love the smell of another woman's vagina. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just letting you know what's going on. You know, and it comes to the mindset and the mind of what is pleasurable, what is desirable, and some people get messed up, you know, at a young age. You know, and that's what you have to consider. You know, some people get turned out, you know, because in my life, I now practice being heterosexual, but in my life, I got turned out as a kid, before I was even a teenager. I was like late 9, early 10 years old. So between 9 and 10 years old, I would say late 9. I was turned out by someone that was older than me, and they were not adults. They were not an adult, so but that's how it happened. And I just grew as a person. I grew normally, and I don't know. I just didn't have it. It wasn't a reoccurring thing, and some people have that problem. They have a reoccurring thing going on with someone, and they get turned out. They got turned out, and they just have this reoccurring situation with the same sex. I'm talking about. I'm talking about gay particularly, and this is what a lot of straight people don't understand because they never sit down and have the conversation. So you think that somebody just is out here for the sake of they just out here because they just want to do what they want to do, and they let their mind go somewhere where it shouldn't went. That's what you think. Like they let their mind go somewhere that it shouldn't have went, and they just acted on something they felt, and you don't understand why they would even want to do it in the first place. But what you don't understand is most gay guys, and gay women too, they got turned out young. That's why you see a lot of pretty men and women that's in the gay lifestyle. Somebody seen them as attractive very young. That's what happened. And they appealed to the senses because they was a little more attractive than most of you guys and women are. It happens to the beautiful way more than the beautiful like to talk about it. Beautiful people go through that. I'm telling you, they do. They go through it more than you would like to know. Okay? A lot of attractive guys, they will never tell you. They're never going to tell you that. A lot of attractive women, they're never going to tell you that. Unless they want to tell you that. Unless you are someone they confide in, maybe you have a relationship with them, you get married, then they share with you their story. But you have no idea how the sexual world really lies out before us. The sexual path, you have no idea. You straight guys that are narrow-minded, that I don't know, you're not that attractive to where a man would even want you in the first place. And some of you women, the same thing. No woman no. I'm just being 100, because a lot of gay people, they like attractive people, just like you like an attractive man. They like attractive women and men, and sometimes this part is overlooked. But if you look at a lot of the gay guys, a lot of the gay women that are just out there, a lot of them are not lacking when it comes to looks. When it comes to looks, they're not lacking. They got a certain look. They got a certain thing about them. It doesn't make it right, but they appealed sexually because of their beauty before they was an adult. Before they got muscles, before they got a body for women, they start to appeal to people, men and women, boy and girl. And you won't understand that if you're not very beautiful. I'm just being very honest. Those are a lot of the people that go through it. You look at all these gay guys, you look at these gay women, some of these gay girls out, just faces just beautiful, man. As soon as you look at them, just beautiful face, man. That's what someone saw, and I'm not saying they was a predator. They could be kids with kids. That's not, to me, that's not a predator. So Somebody saw them as attractive. They appealed because of their beauty at a young age, you know. And so that's another struggle in itself that a lot of you guys, especially a lot, because the ones be talking. Look at the guys that's talking. I mean, they looks are average. These rappers out here talking about being gay, do you see anything strikingly beautiful about them? Let's keep it 100. And the guys that are very attractive, guess what they doing? They ain't talking about none of it. You know why? Because they done already been tried by somebody before. They ain't going through. They might have not acted on it, but they might have nicely turned down the proposition. They might have said, "Nah, I don't get down like that. Whatever, whatever." You know what I'm saying? But you look at it for what it is. A lot of these attractive guys do not be talking bashing no gay guys. Look at the guys that be talking about gay guys. Guys that don't even have no chance to be with no gay dude. They just keep it real. They don't even want you. They don't even consider you attractive. And that's why you are the way you are, because you never even understood the energy at all. It's never been any way real to you. It hasn't. It hasn't. And women, the same thing. You have never ever appealed to a gay girl or gay woman. You have never appealed. Okay? You have never been considered attractive to the same sex. Let's keep it 100, because you are not on that level of beauty. That's usually, come on, that's what it is. Because I'm going to tell you, gay girls, gay women, pretty women, and attractive men will tell you that at some point it happened. It's just common sense. They like something attractive, you are the same sex, then they're going to try to hit on you. That's just common sense. But these guys that are not attractive, I'll be the main one talking. Look at them. Look at these rappers that's been talking lately. Look at them. Look at their face. Just the face. I ain't talking about the body. Anybody can pump up their body. I'm talking about the face. Look at the face, because the face done went further through life than the body, than the muscles. The muscles, they just picked up the muscles. Look at the face of these guys that's talking about gay people. Look at how attractive their face look. They not that attractive. If they didn't have money, if they wasn't rappers and singers or whatever they are, you would pass them by on the streets. You would not even consider these rappers that's talking now attractive on the streets. You feel me? You would not. Look at their face. Just look at their face alone now. Think about it now. Think about what I'm saying. Now, would you see them as attractive? You wouldn't. They the main one talking. You would not even see them like that. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. They the main one talking, though. They the main one talking, and it goes back to what I'm saying. It's like the main ones that be talking didn't have that experience. So you have to look at they be the main committee, the ugly face committee. The average face committee. The average looks committee. That's what you ought to call them. Some guy that you would say, okay, if you seen him sitting in the car, it was a bum car, you would not say that's an attractive guy. He would have to have something going for himself. That's what they look like to me. Them guys would have to have you wouldn't be think nothing. You would think nothing. That's real. Now look at the guys that's actually been through the gay lifestyle. It's something, you're not saying you're attracted to them, of course, as a straight guy, but it's something about them. They have a look. That's not being gay by saying a person has a look. They're a nice looking person. They have a look. You know what I mean? And that's what attracted the situation in the first place. And it got them before they was old enough to make the right decision or to make a decision going towards a girl. And they're around boys more than girls. You put it together. They're around boys more than girls. So they got looks. What you think gonna happen eventually? They're around a whole bunch of boys because they're young. Girls are separated from boys for the most part. Vice versa. Young girl around a whole bunch of girls. She the prettiest girl. Eventually something's gonna happen, man. That's in America. In America, eventually some experimenting is gonna happen. It's just how it is. It's how it's been. I don't know about now, but that's how it used to be. That's how it's been for a long time. The prettiest person be the one that been through the most sexuality. Period. Whether it's boy or girl. So with that being said, that's who's gonna understand. Pretty attractive people are gonna understand all you've been through. I don't listen to somebody. I look at them for what it is. I'm an intelligent person. I know that you have not been through nothing because you don't attract nobody to even understand how it could happen. An attractive person can understand how it happens without doing it. They can say, well, yeah, I had somebody try me, you know what I'm saying? But they was respectful, but they tried me, you know what I'm saying? And I let them know where I stood, so when you tell them what happened to you, they not saying nothing. Because they understand how it can happen. They got tried just like you got tried. That's the difference. So it's a lot of these people that, you know what I'm saying? And then if you the jock type that, to me, some of jocks are lame to me. You've been so caught up in sports and trying to impress people so long that you always been trying to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. If you was a cheerleader, you always trying to have what looks right to people. All through grade school, you was like that. You know what I'm saying? And you was never really in the street life or anywhere near that real gritty life. You just always the kid in school trying to appeal as the jock or the popular kid. So being gay would have been the last thing you would have done because it just wouldn't have been. It would have made you a person like a kid like you want to die because you've been appealing. Your appeal is the masses of the school. That type of kid can't relate either. And that's one of the worst types too, because they think that everybody can be the jock and everybody can be this popular kid in school. So they avoid gay totally. They the ones laughing, they the ones making the jokes too. You know what I'm saying? So that's another type. You know what I'm saying? But they lame because really they just never really lived real life. As soon as they got in school, they started playing some ball. They never hanged around anybody real. From my era, most of them never hung around anybody real. They just stayed in this little bubble of good little friends that do what they do. And they never got into any trouble. They never did any, I'm not saying exposed to, but I'm just saying they never really lived life for anything to happen. It just was so, I don't want to say perfect, but it just was like they had football friends and cheerleader girlfriend. Your parents know the parent that your girlfriend's parent. My parents never knew my girlfriend parents, or really my girlfriend. But their life is just so I don't say perfect. It's just so fake. It's so synthetic. It's all almost planned. It's like a plan. Their marriages are almost planned by their parents. You know what I'm saying? That type of person can also not relate to when it comes to like a gay lifestyle or something like that, because their parents just in society and their schooling they just stayed so straight and narrow for the sake of a perfect image that they couldn't see how you could get caught up in something like that. That's so taboo to our culture, taboo to our society. All right, well, I had to cover all that. I'm coming back for another part.